Hi everyone, my name is Heather and I'm the person behind Happy Puppy Truffles. Today I wanted to share with you guys a free downloadable that you can get from my website to print out and make your very own changing faces stars that are just in time for the holidays. We've got a couple different color variations here, kind of following a Christmassy theme with nice blue and then the red, which I'll show you guys how to make today, and green as well. And these, if you haven't seen these before, what they are is you have the little item here in the middle and the artwork on the back, and then inside is a balloon that has two different faces on it. There's this one here that has a sad face and the normal face. Happy, I guess is what you say that one is. And then this one's sleepy, and then when you turn it around, it's angry. So you can kind of play around with these and have them sitting on your desk, or leave them on somebody's plate in the morning. Different kinds of fun ways that you can enjoy using these any which way you guys like. But this is sort of just for the, oops, that's upside down, for Christmas, or for the holidays, I should say. So if you can, and really in general, just, stars are awesome any time of the year. So they could be during Tanabata and stuff like that too. So, but I had realized I hadn't made one with a star yet, so I wanted to make sure I gave you guys these as a choice of things to enjoy. So I'm going to show you guys here really quick how to make this. I'll put these two to the side. When you download the PDF from my website, you'll notice that the file has four pages in it. There's these two smaller squares for making the box. There's the lid and the base. And then there's also two pieces here that are for making the balloon. And the balloon is a little bit bigger than the box. The balloon has the two, so that you have the total of the four different emotions if you wanted to make all of them, or only one of them is fine. But first I'll just show you really quick how to make the box and to hinge it together and see how that all fits together. I've already made one of the pieces here to kind of have that out of the way, so I'll show you guys really quick with the other one how to make this into the box. What we want to do is, starting off first with the color side facing down, I'm just going to fold my paper in half, both vertically and horizontally. That will give me an idea of where the center is when we do the next step. And then we're just going to take each of the four sides and fold towards the center. And try to keep that as straight as you can. Once you've finished folding all four sides, and of course this will look slightly different if you're doing the bottom or the top, depending on which one you're doing, but you should see a little bit of the star on either side here. On the sides that have the star, I want to now fold that edge into the center that you see, kind of where all these points meet in the middle. So I'll kind of line that up and fold it over. When you do this, you should also see the QR code and the logo, and you can kind of make sure, of course, that that is completely folded over. Bring these together here. So you get something like this. Open it up, take these little tabs and pull it all the way open. And then I'm just going to take the middle part here and take the tip, fold it straight back. And this just makes it a little easier so that when you roll this part up, you know that you're getting it folded down. Sometimes if you don't fold it first, it can kind of slide up and be weird on you. So this just makes sure everything stays straight. Line up everything so that these vertical lines line up here. That make you know you're doing it straight. Turn it around and do the other side as well. And now you have two sides of your box complete. Now for the other ends, what we're going to do is take this diagonal crease that you see here, push in on it so that we can create a little hinge here. And I'll do the same thing on the other side too. So we bring up that side when we pull these in. Then we're just going to take this part and fold it in, pressing down to finish off the box. Now you don't need to do this too strictly, because what we're going to do is when we make the hinge, we're going to unfold one side, but you want to kind of do a preliminary run. Sometimes you'll notice that one side just folds over nicer than the other, and you want to kind of pick that probably to be the front part of your box where the pieces will meet together. So in my case, this side looks a little cleaner than this side does, so I'm just going to keep this out, and then I'm going to unfold the opposite side. Pull that open, and then on the same thing on this one too. See which one is better. I guess this side's a little better. We'll get that folded over. And then the opposite side I'll just fold out. Now, I've got my two designs. You can kind of make sure that you did it right. They should line up nicely here to make a little star. Obviously, this is the top and this is the bottom in this case. Some designs it doesn't matter, and this one it does. So what I like to do is try to have the back panel be so that there's no open part at the top. So I'm going to keep this is the top piece. We're going to open up this back part, and you see this part that has a star on it. That's going to be all the way open. We're going to take this flap and tuck it underneath. Now I'm just going to hold this out in my hands like so, and I'm going to take the other side and leave this part open. We're going to use this as a tab. If I kind of open things up here, I'm just going to slide this in all the way through so that that tab meets up with the other three corners in the middle. You've got 3 red ones and 1 white. You can line up this back hinge here. Make sure everything's nice and snug. Push in on this hinge part and fold backwards to create a nice kind of connection between all the folds there. And that'll create a nice secure hinge. When you look at it, then you've got a nice box that closes up, and the back has a cool, really smooth back finish of the pattern with the edge down at the bottom, which just kind of looks a little nicer. But you could put it together either way. So that's the hinged box, and then what we're going to do is make the balloon to go inside. So you take your other piece of paper, and we're just going to make a traditional balloon. First, we'll start with our color side facing down. Fold your paper diagonally into a big triangle. Open it up and fold it that way again. Then, with the color side facing up, go ahead and fold in half. And then open it up and fold it in half again. And this is just the preliminary creases we need to do the water bomb base. If we fold in half diagonally here and push in to shimmy things around, you should get stuff to lay flat into a triangle. Now what you want to do is make sure that the logo and the QR code are facing up, and that on the inside we have the eyes. And we're going to cover up this QR code by taking this tip here and bringing it all the way to the top, making a nice triangle. We'll do the same thing here at the other side. So we're basically covering up those things so that we don't have to see them anymore. Flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. Now you should have something like this. And the flaps are at the top still. Then I'm going to take each of these sides and fold towards the center. You can kind of fold aiming towards the opposite side, like there's an imaginary line that goes straight through the center of everything here. Fold that down and do the same thing on this side too. And then flip it over and do the same thing on the back. Once we've got these little flaps folded over, we're going to take the top flaps and tuck them into the little pocket we've just made. If you can kind of notice here, there's a little pocket. You can kind of poof it open a little so that it's easier to slide this part in. We'll roll it in here, get it as snug in and against this edge as you can, and then make a nice crease across. And then we're just going to repeat those steps for the other remaining 3 parts. One here in the front, and then we flip it over and do the other side as well. And this just gives us a chance to secure everything so that when we blow air into it, it becomes an actual round balloon-like ball. So we get something like this. Now I'm just going to go ahead and take each of these and kind of fold them together. So you get sort of like a cross there or an X. Flip it over and you'll notice there's a little hole here. We'll blow into this. It should open up pretty nicely. If you need to, you can kind of shape things so that it becomes more of a cube in some ways. And this is designed to fit very nice and snug into the box. And that allows it to kind of stay nice and closed so that you can see the little face. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and use the smiley eyes. So with the hole pointing down, that way you know you're doing it right. Put this guy in here. Like I said, it's a nice snug fit. Get the top part on top of his head. And then you could choose how much you want his eyes to be peeking out. You know, if you want it to be just a tiny bit, or if you want to be able to see his whole eyes, you can kind of play around with that too. But that is how you get a completed changing faces star. I made these with the holidays in mind, but I think, you know, you can certainly enjoy them all time of year for sure. little gold stars here with different faces. There's 3 here, but if there are 4, there's the happy face, the sleepy face, the sad face, and then the angry face. So this is again a free downloadable that you can get from my website. You can click on the link in the description below. There's also a little information eye with a circle around it bubble you can click throughout the video that'll take you to my website as well. And you'll find lots of fun things for the holidays, printables free that you can download and print and make your own fun decorations as we get closer and closer to the holidays here. I'll have some more fun things to share with you guys in the days to come. Thanks again always so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!